Hello everyone and welcome to this day. It is Friday, August 9th and nice weather out today. That's going to continue for a few days. A little warm up next week. I'll tell you about that later on. On our show today, Maggie Black will be here with United, and today she's going to primarily talk about landscape. She chairs that committee. We're going to bring you a segment from Sterling Financial, and also the Christian Women's Connection is going to be having a couple events coming up. And Joe Herendine is here today and going to tell you all about that. Now, as far as meetings go today, there are a couple. Third has their agenda prep meeting. That will be at 9:30 in the Sycamore Room. And then for those of you who live in United, their 2020 budget presentation will go on at 10 o'clock in the boardroom. That one we televise live. Now, the weather next couple days are really going to be what we've been having here over the past few days, meaning below normal temperatures. It's been really nice out. We've had the cooling fog overnight and into the mornings, and then it gives way just to very pleasant days. And that's really going to last probably till Sunday, but even when we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week, we start to get a warm up. It's not going to be really that bad for this area. Now, inland, they're going to be back up in the mid-90s, but right here, next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe by Wednesday we might get to about 86, 87 degrees, which really is not that bad at all, and just very, very pleasant weather. So that's great. I'm really enjoying what we have now, the little bit of fog in the morning, and then gives way to really nice days out. Around the state this weekend, it's the same story. Really mild compared to last weekend. In fact, when I updated the temperatures yesterday, everything is about 10 degrees cooler than what it was last weekend. I put up here the average for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, in case you're traveling around the state. And honestly, everything is about 10 degrees cooler. Even Palm Springs, last weekend, they were 114, 115. Arrowhead was in the mid-80s, and Tahoe was in the mid-80s. So you can see everything is down by about 10 degrees or so throughout the state. That coastal fog is going to be with us just up and down the coast. In fact, there's a little system that is up in Northern California off the coast that could possibly bring a bit of drizzle to as far down as maybe the Bay Area. That's not going to be a lot at all, but just a little bit up there. So really, 76 for up in the Bay Area, even this time of the year is a little bit cool for them. I give the temperature, by the way, that's for San Mateo. San Francisco is going to be a little cooler, San Jose a little bit warmer. And here's a nice view of the golf course here. And just go out and have a wonderful weekend, whether it's here in the village or beyond. It's going to be excellent weather.
Your loved one is struggling, trying to maintain independence in their home, Acticare can help. Our caregivers provide home care services to relieve the strain placed on family and make staying at home possible. Don't let another day go by without getting the care they deserve.
We can provide your loved one the care they need and motivation, and give you peace of mind. Please call to set up a free care consultation.
Acticare, responsive in-home care. Your first day is free.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Begin your new adventure on the Easy Rider fixed route bus system. Now it's even easier to travel around the village because there are less bus transfers. Go to all of your favorite places, go shopping, take classes, or grab lunch. And for your convenience, the Easy Rider has 8 bus routes that will take you around the village hourly, 9 to 5, 7 days a week. To reserve a ride before 9 or after 5, call Plan a Ride at 949-597-4659. With Easy Rider, you'll reach your destination in a snap. All of our buses are ADA accessible and have friendly drivers who will make sure you arrive safely and on time. Begin your new adventure on the Easy Rider. There are no fares, so bring a friend, make a friend. There's convenient bus stops in your neighborhood. For more information, call 949-597-4659.
Anyone who calls it a hobby doesn't understand. We know that a person's passion is what drives them. And that's why every memorial we create is a true reflection of the individual. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other.
Find out how at dignityorangecounty.com.
And with me right now from United Board is Maggie Blackwell. And today you are primarily talking about landscape. You chair that department.
Right.
You're also the board secretary. I should say chair that committee, not department.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And you're also the secretary and
Right, governing documents
do all
also,
kinds of things.
and communications chair.
Yes.
They keep me busy.
Yes, they do.
They said, we don't want you sitting around. Okay, so we had a big, long meeting yesterday of Landscape Committee, and it was very interesting. We had very many features. Mulching restarts Saturday, August 10th, and this is the announcement that was on sent out email to all residents. The landscaping division makes 100% of the mulch used throughout the village from green waste produced by regular landscaping and tree maintenance. Mechanical issues with the mulch making equipment temporarily impeded progress, but on Saturday, tomorrow, from 8 to 2, staff will be out in force mulching flower beds in cul-de-sacs 11, 58, 218, 220, and 223. Mulch will be available today, even now through Tuesday, August 13th, on the Clubhouse 4 parking lot, starting at noon on today.
Okay.
And bring your own container, because we're not giving out plastic
Oh,
bags.
so people can go get your
You can
their
go
own
get
mulch?
your own
Okay.
mulch for your own pots and things.
Oh, that's
in your
nice. Now this
patio.
is obviously they got enough of it that
They
that
have
people want.
enough,
That's
right?
great.
Right, because we now have, finally our equipment is in good shape. And we
Very
can use
good.
it.
All
And
right.
so please alert your friends, though, with asthma and breathing difficulties to be aware that mulching will be going on again, because some of them are very sensitive. When it first comes out, it really does kind of smell a bit, and there's dust involved, but it takes a couple of sprinkler cycles for it to settle down. So people with asthma have a hard time.
Oh
when
yeah,
they
and even if
spread.
you don't, I know with me, I've been out in the yard this past
go,
week doing stuff, and hence, I feel it. Not asthma, but
Right,
it gets in your sinuses a little
It
bit.
does, it
Yeah.
does. Okay, and we have now officially this month, we switched to the 5-year tree trimming cycle. Trees due to be trimmed will be trimmed up to 1/4 of the canopy will be removed. This is good because it keeps the tree from getting brittle. If the weight is too heavy on the edges, the tree branches get brittle, and that's when they break.
Right.
So we're going to trim a little more. Unfortunately, we're doing this trimming now when one wants all the shade possible, but it's the best time to do it.
Okay.
We will do it for that tree this year. And so other trees will wait until next year because they don't need the attention this year. So we're on a rotation system by the species, so we'll be doing certain ones. And let's see, our turf reduction, this is our turf program. Our turf reduction program looks for several things in order to, turf takes a lot of water.
Right.
And so we look for areas that are on slopes where the water runs off, and we look for areas that don't have they have grass patches and it's not showing up well, and that are difficult to mow. And an example of one of the projects we're going to do is when you enter gate 1 and you come to the stop sign, just on the right here is a slope which has a whole grass area. It's a lovely grass area to look at. But I watched the mower on it the other day, and I thought I wouldn't want to be mowing that. It's very hard to mow because he's got to come down the side of the slope and go back here and off the front of it. So it's not good for mowing, and it's not good for water runoff and so on. So that's perfect for turf reduction. Now we've selected 5 areas, and a landscape engineer is now going to, this is new for us and for Third. A landscape engineer is going to design the plantings that will replace the turf. Before we haven't, and we've just kind of done it ourselves. But this will be a much nicer effect because the landscape engineer will say, we're going to put this here, and it'll be beautiful.
Very good.
So that's really wonderful. Now we have something else. We discussed rats this week, but rats and fruit trees. We have more than 7,000 fruit trees in the village, and these fruit trees were planted by members or by staff at member request. And unfortunately, some of them are not maintained well, and even the best maintained ones sometimes have fruit on the ground. Well, our rat calls have gone up from 953 in 2012 to 1,999. That's an increase of over 1,000 rat calls a year. So definitely we are having a rodent problem. And did you know that coyotes like lemons?
Coyotes like lemons, really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
I didn't know that.
So they said coyotes like lemons. So we have to reduce the number of fruit trees we have. So if a fruit tree is not being maintained, we will notify the member and remove the fruit tree. And we will allow no new fruit trees to be planted. And of course, no vegetables were ever supposed to be planted.
Right.
So we say, again, no vegetables will be planted and no new fruit trees planted. And when the unit is sold, if it has fruit trees on it, before the close of escrow, those trees will be removed.
Okay.
So that's the way we're going to control it. But if you're maintaining your lemon trees, and they're doing okay, they were supposed to be dwarf only, but turns out a dwarf tree will be 20 feet tall and produce almost as many lemons. So we have to curb that back.
It's much bigger than people think. And
just huge.
I know what you're saying. I have some fruit trees, and where I live, and of course the dogs love hunting for rats.
Sure.
And all that. And I'm thinking of not my citrus trees because they're pretty small, but there's some of my fruit trees. I'll be honest with you. I think like my peach tree. It's got the boar beetle in it, so that's going to have to come down. And sometimes it gets to the point you maintain these over the years, and how much fruit are you really using, and how much just falls on the ground. And so they're great to have, but
and when our resident first plants the tree or has the tree, moves in, they're healthy and they're able to get out there, because not only do you have to pick up the tree, but you're supposed to trim it yourself and so on. So you pick up the fruit, but when your back begins to ache and your shoulder hurts and things like that, or you get asthma or things, you don't want to be outside doing that. And so they kind of let it go and don't give it the attention it requires. And then the rats find out and we're in trouble.
Yes.
So anyway, this resolution will go to the board for approval.
Okay.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Kurt Wyman talked to us. He gave us a report on tickets, landscape tickets, and these are from resident calls. And what happens is a resident gets concerned about something, and they call, and a ticket is started. Then staff is pulled from the regular crew to respond to the tickets, and the supervisor also has to come, and they do selection of planting or removal or whatever. So those people are pulled off the crew, and the crew falls behind, okay? Then the landscape quality suffers, and we're slowing down, and then the residents get concerned who are not, you know, and they start to call, and then we have the landscape tickets generated, so it's a vicious circle. We just go around like this. So Kurt has come up with a new plan, which we hope will work, but our staffing is down 18 landscape staff since 2014. So we're working with 18 fewer staff in landscape since 2014. It would be great to have them again, but apparently we're not going to get them. So what we're starting now, Kurt is starting now, is Third and United together. There will be 2 teams, so one will probably work United and one will work Third. 2 teams of 2 guys and a truck. And those guys, the resident calls resident services. It goes to a coordinator who schedules them, who listens to the problem and schedules them.
Right.
And then the ticket crew, we're going to call them the ticket crew, they are dispatched to go out and solve the problem. So instead of having a supervisor come one day and then somebody else come next day to dig a hole or whatever and somebody to plant it, this crew of 2 is supposed to just work on that problem until it's solved. So they'll come out and remove the old dead plant and bring a new plant from the nursery and put it in for you, and then their ticket is closed. The issue will be resolved, and that hopefully will take care of things. In the meantime, the crews will be a little short, but it's only 2 guys. So well, it's 4 actually, but we're hoping that this will solve it, because otherwise the supervisor has to go out first and last.
Right.
And then it's too many people having to go out. So this is one solution that we're going to try, and I think that will probably work pretty well. Our tickets have gone up 6,000. We have 20,000 landscape tickets right now. That's up 6,000 from 2010. So people are really actively calling all the time now. And some of the tickets are getting pretty old, and we hope that doesn't happen. Now, we hope to drop the number of tickets. It's looking like it's going to drop by 5,000 this year, so we're almost going to be back to the 2010 level, and that's very good. And unfortunately, or fortunately, United has 56% of the call-ins. Third has only 44. Yet Third has more property than we have. So I don't know. We care more? I don't know. So that's very interesting. But our response, here's an interest. This is a wonderful graph we love to show. This is our response.
Right.
It has dropped how quick from 8 days down to 2 days for the majority, if you average it all out.
Very good.
So this is an excellent.
Is that because you're going out there and digging up things?
Oh yes, right. I go, yes, when they get stuck, they call me. No, not really. Okay. Now, there was one moment in the meeting that was very strange yesterday. A director who considers himself an efficiency expert demanded I announce how many times mowing was done every month and at what cost in order to determine the efficiency of the mowing service. That would be great if we mowed at the same rate every month throughout the year.
Right.
But we don't. And he knows that because I've told him 4 times and given him the paperwork. And our budget reflects that. It explains exactly 6 times he has seen budget documents that explain why we go on an annual budget for landscape. It's because landscape is a seasonal game.
Right.
That's right. Mm-hmm. In the winter, we mow every 14 to 21 days. That's every 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how slowly the grass is growing. In the summer, it's every 7 to 9 days. So are we less efficient in the winter or more efficient in the winter? Should we move the summer to every 14 to 21 days and let the grass get this tall before we mow it? Or shall we keep mowing in the winter in order to do the same number? He wants us weekly mowing. Well, you're mowing in the winter when you have no need to be, because the grass hardly grows 1/8 of an inch in a week.
Right.
And so in the wintertime, it's sleeping like everything else, and that's why we blow the seed all over in the winter. So that was kind of a nonsense request, but he could demand that I'm being inefficient because I will not give us statistics out so that we can say that in May, you only mowed 3 times and you should have mowed only twice because we only mowed twice in the winter. That makes no sense. It's like telling a person, we're going to count up the number of fruits you pick off your tree a year and see how efficient you are, how efficient the guys are at picking the fruits. So, of course, they pick 0 in the winter months, and then they pick a whole bunch in the summer. Well, can you call them inefficient in the winter or in the summer?
Right.
What is efficiency with that? Efficiency is getting the grass cut to about this high. You know, a certain number of inches, that is the efficiency.
Right.
And so that was a bit of nonsense, but we have to go with that. You know, we have to answer these questions even though they don't make any sense.
Okay.
Landscape is seasonal.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Thank you.
All right. I appreciate you coming on. And we will, remind you folks that if you're watching us in the morning, that the United Budget meeting will be at 10 o'clock, and we'll be showing that live. It then replays on Sunday, the next 3 Sundays. It's going to be later in the day in the afternoon. It's in our schedule. I forget offhand. I don't have it with me, but those will get replayed as well.
All right.
All right.
So everybody watch the budget meeting.
All right. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
We're trying hard on the budget.
All right. You take care.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Dr. Farman Cosmetic and Implant Dentistry is located right outside Gate 6 and has been keeping the village smiling for many years.
I trust Dr. Farman with all my dental procedures and all my dental work. Thank goodness I found Dr. Farman.
We have been serving the community of Laguna Woods for almost 20 years now. Come and visit us at Brilliant Smile for all your dental needs.
We are close to Gate 6, near Snooty Fox Restaurant, behind Coco's.
Did you know there are over 400,000 seniors in Orange County today? So where does a senior or family caregiver go for information and resources? You can turn to the Answers Guide, published by the Council on Aging, Southern California. Answers is full of articles and resources to help you navigate the aging experience. You can pick up your free copy today at the clubhouse nearest you or at the Social Services Office. The Council on Aging, helping seniors remain healthy, connected, and protected.
Welcome back. With me today is Dan Elweiler from Sterling Financial Advisors. And Dan, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome.
We have some sun instead of rain.
We don't see any rain in quite a while.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we get a little here and there.
My ground can dry out.
Yes. Yeah. Get the sprinklers back on, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually walked out. Last night I got home, and I haven't had my sprinklers on for a long time.
I haven't either, yeah.
And I had put in some new plants, some new flowers, and I looked down at them and I'm going, they need water.
Well, the weeds seem to find enough water, so
they do.
I have a hill in my backyard that always seems to have enough weeds on it.
They always find it, yes.
So,
well, we have you sent me over a topic today, and the title of it, Tax Code Talk. It's not fun, but it's important. And I was thinking to myself, you could replace tax code talk with root canal. It's not fun, but it's important. Something that
well,
affects.
that's about that's about right, you know.
And looking at this is, you know, the article goes into military death benefits, Roth IRAs, and there's a lot of, you know, you've talked about this before. When it comes to beneficiaries and transferring things, there's a lot of pitfalls in there if you don't do it.
Well, I thought this was an interesting topic because, to be perfectly honest, I had never heard of it before. And so let me give you a little bit of background how I came across this. A young lady was referred to me, probably 21 to 22 years old, not very old at all. Okay, most of my clients are getting close to retirement or have retired, but she was referred to me. Her husband, unfortunately, had contacted an illness in the military and ended up passing away.
Wow.
He had some group life insurance, around $400,000, and she didn't know what to do with it. She was very young in regards to financial things. Anyway, we sat down with her and put together a conservative program for her, because I told her if she'll just take care of this money that she'll be okay, you know. And so we put together a program. She came back and emailed me, or was talking to me, and she says, Dan, what about a Roth IRA? And I says, well, generally Roth IRAs, you can contribute to a Roth or you can convert to a Roth from another IRA, but it has to be earned income. A day or two later, she sent me an article that her mother had sent her, stating that there is a provision in the tax code that allows death benefits from military personnel. The beneficiaries can contribute that to a Roth IRA.
Ah, okay. So,
you know, she was asking me about that. I looked into it, and certainly enough, you can, in a $500,000 death benefit from a military personnel can be contributed to a Roth IRA without any tax consequences.
Wow. So what you're saying, in very quickly, I know that one of the, if you look at it, advantage or disadvantage, however you look at it, with a Roth IRA, is you pay taxes up front.
Correct.
And then when you withdraw the money,
it's tax-free.
It's tax-free.
Right.
But it has to be earned income.
Has to be earned income or a Roth or IRA conversion, which at that time you pay the taxes.
Yes.
So if I take a 401k, roll it into an IRA, there's no taxes.
Yes.
But if I take the IRA and roll it into a Roth, that's when I have to pay taxes, but everything after that is tax-free.
Right, right.
In this particular situation, the military death benefits from these group life insurance policies can be contributed to a Roth IRA without any tax consequences.
Right.
So the government basically is trying to give the death of military beneficiaries a tax benefit by allowing you to contribute these group life insurance proceeds into a Roth IRA.
So does that mean years from now, and when she takes that out, there won't be any taxes?
Tax-free.
Yeah, that's nice.
So 21, 22 years old, if you have $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 going into a Roth IRA, you don't touch it for 30 or 40 years. That could be over $1 million by the time it compounds over that period of time, and that would all be tax-free. Well, and there's a caveat to that. You don't have to, you have up to a year to do this.
Yes.
Okay, so we had invested her money in an investment program, the $400,000, and she wanted to take some out to buy a house, so we took some out to use as a down payment. The remaining amount, we still have the opportunity to say, okay, we want to change this to Roth IRA. So it allows her to the ability up to a year to make that decision to put it into a Roth IRA, which we're going to sit down and talk about. But it was interesting that you know, I'm pretty proficient in distribution planning, but I had never heard of this provision that allows people to put money from life insurance into a Roth IRA. But there's the caveat that they have to be military personnel, and it has to come from the military group life benefits, and so it's a very narrow.
Right. Now, let me ask you just another way around on that. Suppose this was life insurance. Her husband, who passed away, was not in the military but had life insurance. She got the same amount of money. What's the tax implications there? Now, could she take that and put that into a standard IRA?
No. This benefit is restricted to military personnel, but regular life insurance for non-military, you and I have, you have a $500,000 life insurance policy and you pass away. Your wife gets the $500,000. That comes in tax-free.
Okay.
Okay. She can't take that money and put it into an IRA because IRA contributions either have to be earned income or they have to be converted from 401ks or other qualified plans. So there's a restrictions on, there's a difference between conversions and contributions. So you have to understand the tax code in regards to retirement accounts, that contributions to Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, 401ks has to come from earned income, 1099 W-2s or whatever it might be.
But a standard in that, the life insurance would not be taxed.
The life insurance benefit itself is not taxed to your beneficiaries.
Okay, let me ask you another question. I know you've talked about this before. Being that with a Roth IRA, you were taxed, pre-taxed on that going in. What is the advantage of even having that then versus a standard IRA? Because a standard IRA, if I'm not mistaken, when you start to take that out, you're now taxed at the rates that. So if you're retired, I've been working for a while. So what's the point to a Roth IRA?
A lot of people think that their tax rates are going to be lower when they retire because they're not making as much money. Sometimes that's true, sometimes it isn't. But you're replacing a lot of that income, earned income, with Social Security or pensions or whatever it might be. So your tax bracket isn't always the same or always lower than when you're working. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I always look at it kind of like the farmer. When he sows his field with seeds, do you want to pay taxes on the seeds or do you want to pay taxes on the crop? Because the crop is going to produce a lot more in the long run. So I can take a tax deduction now for $5,000 contributed to an IRA. 25, 30 years from now, I will be paying taxes on $30,000 or $40,000. Or I can pay the taxes on $5,000 right now and let it grow in an Roth IRA and not pay taxes on the $30,000 or $40,000.
Okay, that's the thing. You won't be, as it grows, you're not paying taxes on the growth.
Higher amount.
Got it.
You know, and so, you know, you and I are always trying to find ways to reduce our taxes, and the standard answer from a CPA was, well, contribute to an IRA. That will lower your taxes by $1,000. So they automatically do that. I would just as soon pay the $5,000 into a Roth IRA and let it grow.
I see what you're saying.
So there's some tax planning, but all of us, I mean, my son who works for me came in, Dad, and says, hey, can I write this off on my taxes? I end up owing $3,000 or whatever it is. We're always looking for ways to reduce our taxes. And the typical answer is, well, contribute to an IRA. Well, that's kind of a short-term solution to a long-term tax planning opportunity.
Well, this is an interesting piece of information.
It
affects a lot of people.
It was, well, I don't know if a lot of people, but it certainly affects those that are in the military and have group life insurance benefits. But it was brand new information to me, and I've been in this business a long time and had never heard that, you know, life insurance could be attributed to from the military. So I thought it was interesting maybe to share with your viewers, and maybe a lot of them aren't in the military right now, but they might have, you know, children or spouses that are in the military and something happens, unfortunately. But it's really a great opportunity to take advantage of that provision.
That's good to know.
All right. Well, good to see you.
Good to see you, sir.
All right. Take care.
Yes, and we'll see you in probably a couple of weeks again.
Probably.
And we'll see what the weather's like. And you're, you know, this is tax season, so, you know, I know a lot of
Lots
times
of honeydews tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, it's been raining for the past
Yes.
2 or 3 Saturdays, and lots of honeydews tomorrow.
There you go. You'll be out with your garden hat, right? All right. We'll be back.
Did you know that we are living longer, healthier lives than ever before? And did you know that social interaction, brain stimulation, and exercise improve your quality of life? Did you know the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute offers 200 tuition-free classes to older adults in South Orange County? With over 30-plus locations between Lake Forest and San Clemente, it has never been easier to take advantage of your third act of life. Sign up today.
My name's Erica, and I believe each mind matters. A movement is growing.
A movement for mental health. It includes millions of people like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Who are ready to create change.
Because half of us will experience a mental health challenge.
But no one is alone.
We all have mental health. Sometimes we're okay. Sometimes we need support.
And when support is needed, it's okay to reach out.
Because people can and do get better.
And we make it possible by speaking up.
Being open and honest, living stigma-free.
Hope starts with me.
This is the mental health movement.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Welcome back. Well, today we have Jo Herendeen from the Christian Women's Connection, and she's all dressed up for a luau.
Oh, yeah.
You are.
Just want to remind everybody, come and have a little taste of Hawaii.
Yes, great to have you here today.
It's just fun.
Yes, and you are having a couple things going on, and the first one is August 20th, right? I think.
August.
Oh, no, actually the first one is August 15th, and that is the Inks Prayer Coffee, The Power of Friendship. So that one comes up first.
Yes,
So that is would be Thursday of next week.
Yes.
And is this, you know, both these things, this is an RSVP, get a hold of B, but both of these things that people are invited to, even if they're not part of the club, right?
Yes. We need prayer to back up everything we do.
Yes. So tell us about the first one, and that's going on next week.
Well, everything we do is with color. And,
right.
And it's just exciting to be involved in anything concerning our Christian Women's Club, which is, you know, goes back 80 years since the first one. And B. Barang is leading this Power of Friendship. And we just ask everybody that can attend both if they would come.
Okay.
Because this is the prelude to our Christian Women's Club.
Right. And that one, again, they're open.
Yes, it's open.
Anyone who'd like to go. So that one will be next Thursday, August 15th, and that will be in, where is that? It's the what room? The lounge room? Outside of Gate 5. Okay. So that's over there.
Yes.
And is that in Clubhouse 5? Or, I mean, excuse me, not Clubhouse 5. Is that, which clubhouse is that in?
The lounge room?
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Well, if it says it's out of Clubhouse 5, I haven't looked
Well, it says Gate 5, so I wasn't sure where that is.
No, that's Gate 9.
Okay.
Clubhouse is Gate 9.
Yeah, yeah.
So Gate 5.
Is that at someone's home?
That would be, yes.
Okay, that's
that
why.
is in the,
okay.
In a special ladies.
Okay.
You know the room underneath the garages?
Yes, and the 3-story buildings.
Yes.
Yes, okay. That's
so
why I was a
very
little confused by
relaxing
that.
and very beautiful.
Okay, and then the following week on Tuesday the 20th, this is your
this is what
big
I get
event.
so excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to live in Hawaii, so this brings back memories.
Oh,
Anybody
great.
that has been there, and if you haven't been there, then this is just a touch of Hawaii. It's going to be fun with hula dancing and
wow.
Wonderful food and our speaker, Beauty Among the, and she was rescued from the Holy Gym fire.
Right.
And she's speaking about beauty out of ashes. And our inspirational speakers are just marvelous.
Right.
They keep you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, that'll be a great talk that happened. In fact, we were just
so
looking
exciting.
it up because I live up near there. That was a year ago.
Yes.
It was in August. In fact, at almost the same date as your meeting here a year before.
Oh,
it was
my
right
God.
around August 20th that happened over those days.
And
so.
you lived through that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't live in Holy Gym, but we're certainly close enough there. We could hike up there if we wanted to, so it's not that far from us.
Well, it's an exciting time. I always am thrilled when I get to talk about our Christian Women's Connection.
Yes, that'll be a lot of fun. Now, beyond your speaker there, this is a luncheon, right? So.
Oh yes, with Tomas, we have a buffet, and this is 5 stars. This is usually held in a country club or a hotel, but because we get the privilege of doing the clubhouse, it's like half the price.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a wonderful day. I hope you can come.
And it's
We're
only
inviting
14.
everybody.
Well, thank you. It's only $14. So.
Yes, and in some of the others, it's really worth it.
Now, you know the food you're going to have yet?
No, but it's Tomas is always he always surprises
and
us.
obviously
with
sort of Polynesian
vegetarian.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, so everyone has what they want.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a lot
And
of fun.
all you can eat.
Okay. Now, you got to call for reservations.
Yes, that's my number on there.
And 949-939-2431. And it's important for this because obviously it's catered. They have to know how many people are going to be there. There's limited space, so make sure people do that.
Yeah, we do receive walk-ins, but it's always good to have your reservation because we set up that many tables and then we have to rush and we're always glad to set up more tables.
Well, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and people that are new, they could get acquainted.
Everybody, you got to dress like Joe.
We can even go a little wilder if you want.
Okay.
You know? But it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that will be. It'll be a great event. And again, if you want to go there next week for basically a prayer meeting.
Yeah.
And that will be on Thursday, August 15th. And all this information, if you go online to the club pages, you can find out.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I always encourage anybody, if they want to call and find out more about it, I'd be glad to tell them.
Okay.
It's a place to meet new people. So we have newcomers coming in all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just a friendly place. You don't meet a stranger in there. We try to be very friendly with everybody and encourage everybody to bring their daughter or their husband. We have men invited especially sometimes. We have a man speaker.
Oh, great.
So
men can come to either one of these events?
Yes,
okay.
we receive them too.
All right.
They're welcome.
All right.
We love them.
Just wear Hawaiian shirts. Yes.
Yes, if Hawaiian attire, or put a flower in your hair,
Okay. All right.
Not you.
That'll be a lot. Well, I have plenty of those shirts, believe me. I don't know about flowers in my hair, but
it's okay.
I grow plumerias in my yard, so I can probably pick them and we'll be all set.
Maybe I'll come by a midnight supply.
Okay.
To decorate.
All right. Very good. Joe, thank you very much. Always good to see you.
It's so nice to see you.
You take care. And we'll
so
announce this for you again coming up next week.
Oh, good.
All right. Because we got to RSVP.
That's
very
wonderful.
Important, especially mainly for the luncheon.
And as soon as they can make their reservations, it would be nice.
Okay. Yeah.
I try to be on the phone, but sometimes I'm not right there.
All right, but give Joe a call, and she can help you out again. 949-931-2431. We'll be right back.
Lexus, we really are different. We're California's exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Lexus Plus is a new way of doing business. At a Lexus Plus dealer, you can expect an upfront, negotiation-free, hassle-free price right on the vehicle. The same price you'll find on our website, all the way through the transaction. At South County Lexus, we feel this is the way of the future, and this is the way the customer prefers to do business. South County Lexus, your exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Different, just like you.
It's never too late to improve your health with exercise. Challenge yourself to get moving in the morning. Hi, I'm Susan Tuttle. I'd like to encourage you to tune in to Channel 6 each weekday mornings at 7:55. 30 minutes of daily exercise will add years to your life. What are you waiting for? Come join me.
Welcome back. Well, you just saw a clip from a promo of Susan Tuttle Fitness, and I know you guys know her because you've been asking about her videos, and she's on Monday through Friday at 7:55 in the morning for fitness, and I have her right here with us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you could come out here and sit with us and tell us all about fitness in the new year. So that's kind of what we're going to do today.
Well, thank you, because there's a lot of people making New Year's resolutions, and we really want to motivate them to have a healthier lifestyle.
Right, right. So now, obviously, you have the shows, and then you teach as well. Some benefits of exercise, and one thing in particular I think we should touch on is balance, because we've been talking a lot about balance over the course of the last couple of weeks, where there's been a lot more movement towards people doing exercises for balance. So, for instance, give me some of the top 5 things as to why we do have exercise.
5 things. Okay. Well, the 5 things that fitness does, exercise in particular, you have to realize that as we age, if you become like when you're about in your 60s, okay, well, your muscle tone starts to diminish, and you have to actually lift more weights and work a little bit longer with weights than a younger adult. And you don't realize that. You have to continue. You have to maintain an exercise routine of like 30 minutes a day, almost every day, do some sort of fitness. Okay. And then with a healthy lifestyle, healthy eating habits, you know, eating some healthy foods, you know, those healthy fats and cutting down on that sugar, then you will find improvements in your cardiovascular disease. We've had people that have actually communicated to me that after the classes that they're finding that their bone marrow loss has improved. That it's not, it just stopped, and then they've been able to reverse certain conditions. And it's amazing to watch the improvements that people come back to me. They're not falling. They're having more stability. They're able to walk without the fear of falling. Mm-hmm. And you know, and I have a theory. Okay, so it's like this dentist that I used to know. He told me, he said, if you don't want to floss, fine, but just floss the teeth you want to keep. So I tell people, hey, just work the muscles that you want to keep. Because as you age, you're going to lose those. You're going to lose your ability to be able to sit up and get out of the chair and stand. Mm-hmm. You're going to lose the core strength where you're going to be wobbly. And just doing the walking exercises, you could fall. Right. You have to stay strong. And all those benefits is so that you become independent. Mm-hmm. And you can maintain your independence, which is huge.
Right, right. Now, for instance, when you talk about working the different types of muscles, do you have people that sometimes say, oh gosh, you know, it's just so hard to do it for the 30 minutes. But would it get easier for them if they kept doing it?
Well, yes, you actually feel better about it. You feel those little endorphins get reversed. Endorphins get increased when you're exercising and you're getting your heart rate up. And then you do have a specific routine that you do. If you do 30 minutes every day of some sort of exercise, yes, everything you would see improvements. But one of the big things is that you're letting go of some stress. Mm-hmm. And anxiety. Mm-hmm. It actually improves your mental activity. Mm-hmm. And so all of a sudden you're sharper and your mind is focused because you're trying to watch, even if you're just watching a video of mm-hmm. me, you're focused. You're focused for one moment on the present and working on your body. And that's also an improvement.
Now, most of the videos that I've seen really do involve the chair exercises, and you have balls and weights and also the band. So what are you trying to accomplish in each one of your classes? Like, what do you want them to get out of it?
Well, the largest thing is to the repetitions of the weights. So we use light weights. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, that is a fallacy that you need to have these huge, heavy weights to be completely buff. You know, and the older you get, you're working at muscle tone. And so you want to do higher repetitions. So we do the higher repetitions of lower weights. And I also found that the things that I teach in my chair exercises without it being emphasized is balance. It's the strength of the core. It's to sit up so that you're elongating and you're working your abs, you're pulling them in, you're working this core strength, and that will help you with your posture, and help elevate you. And then when you have a better posture, your back becomes stronger. I mean, you might not know this, but I suffered from low back pain. I had a car accident so many years ago, and I thought I would never be able to teach classes. I really was in pain. And then I started to build and develop my back muscles, which all of a sudden helped my posture, and it helped my core strength, and I do not have back pain. And I'm out on the pickleball courts now.
Right.
So I'm out playing and running around and doing all kinds of activity I never thought I could do. I thought I would be suffering for the rest of my life because I exercised, even in the chair, working that core.
Okay, yeah, I have heard that when you have a tighter core, you don't have as many back problems.
Correct.
So good point. So you are a pickleballer. You love to play pickleball. You know, we have pickleball courts here, and we have pickleball clubs, and they really like it. What do you love about it?
Oh, wow. It gets your heart rate up. And then I tend to, naturally have a little weight loss. I mean, I eat a healthy diet and I exercise, but the cardiovascular you get from pickleball, it's really nice. That helps in that area. And it keeps me feeling youthful.
Right.
And fun. And it's just, but you know what? If I couldn't do that and I had to be in a chair, I would still never be sedentary.
Right.
Because you stay in a chair and you're sedentary, and I'll tell you, you start to decline physically. You decline mentally. You decline. I mean, they even said tests that you can. Some dementia cases are because you're more sedentary.
Right.
So just to stay active, I would find something else to do, even if I had to remain seated in a chair and not play pickleball.
Okay. Okay. Good. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other videos that you have. Now, like I said, we've seen mostly the chair ones. What are some of the other ones you do?
I have some dancing videos that are a lot of fun, and I have some other cardio ones that it mimics a low impact aerobic class.
Okay.
And you could do in your home. And there's a guy that is on the floor doing exercises where we remain standing.
Okay.
To be honest with you, we remain seated and we work our abs. And my abs are amazing. And I sit in the chair and just push on a ball, or I just pull my abdomen. And you don't need to go on the floor if you're not comfortable on the floor.
Okay.
And the other one I do is dancing. It's very similar to a Zumba class. And I heard you have some Zumba classes.
We have some Zumba. We have some Zumba
my
people.
Favorite.
Oh, well, good. So maybe we'll be able to put those on Channel 6 as well, so that way people can have some time.
I have a group of girls that come to my Zumba class that were in grief counseling. And the whole group comes because it raises the endorphins, and for one moment, they could just be happy and feel like women again.
Right.
So it helps in a lot of areas.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds awesome. Okay, so if anybody wants to see your show, it's at 7:55 in the morning on Channel 6. And then one last thing, you're going to be going off to a tournament this weekend. This is why you're here. So good luck to you in your tournament.
Yes, also probably be on the wellness cruise. So if
that's right.
get in touch with Diane Mendoza with the Dream Vacations, we will show you how you can vacation and exercise and continue with your exercise routine while you're on a ship.
Perfect. Yeah, we were
fun.
just talking about that yesterday, and I know you mentioned that you were going to maybe be on there, so that'll be so fun.
Yes,
that's going to be in 2020, I think.
No, September 17th.
Oh, September
2019.
Oh, so that's not too far away.
Going to Alaska.
To Alaska, that's right. Okay, well, that'll be awesome. Well, I'm very glad that you can make it out here. Thank you so much. All right, and if you want more information about Susan Tuttle Fitness, or even if you wanted to know more about the cruise that they have in September, you can go to susantuttlefitness.com, or you can get in touch with Diane Mendoza for the cruise. We'll be right back after this.
We good?
Hi, I'm Susan Tuttle. I want to send out a huge thank you for those of you watching my morning exercise program. I'm convinced that the stretching that we do and the strength building is the reason I perform so well when I'm out playing on the pickleball courts. If you can't join our morning exercise program, just go to my website, purchase the DVD at susantuttlefitness.com. Stay active.
I choose to let someone else do the cooking.
I choose to let someone else do the driving.
Choose to experience the good life at Villa Valencia in Laguna Hills. Call or visit us today.
And our movie today is Elvis and Nixon. This came out about 3 years ago, and it's an untold story behind the meeting between Elvis Presley and Richard Nixon. It's a true story, and it resulted in a revealing yet humorous moment that was immortalized in one of the most famous photographs of all time. And I think a lot of folks have seen that one where Elvis and Nixon are together. This is a really fun movie. It's really billed as a comedy, and what really happened behind the scenes, who knows? But it's a good movie. It stars Michael Shannon as Elvis and Kevin Spacey as Richard Nixon, and that will be today at 2 and at 7 o'clock, and it's brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. Now on Monday, another movie that's based on a true story. This is called The 1517 to Paris, and it took place back in 2015, and the world watched in stunned silence as the media reported a thwarted terrorist attack on a train bound for Paris, and the attempt was prevented by 3 courageous young Americans traveling through Europe. And this kind of tells the backstory of how they met as kids and how they all came together for this event. All right, we are running out of time, so you have a good weekend. It's going to be great, not too hot. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.